Good afternoon and evening, everyone, depending on what time zone you might be in. We are so happy to have you here with a surprise Facebook Live. And you might be wondering why I look like this. Beautiful, I'm sure is what you mean. But I am wearing this wild blue wig because next month is a really important month and I'm really excited about it. Why is that? Because it's Awareness Month. So October is Dysautonomia Awareness Month, and at Dysautonomia International, we are getting very excited for it and getting ready. If we have never met before, my name's Charlotte Flores, and I'm our Community Engagement Coordinator, and I'm here tonight with a lot of very special guests who are our organizers for several events coming up this month or next month in October. So I'm going to introduce you to them, and they're going to tell you a little bit more about the events that they're planning for next month. All right, and our first guest is Lindsay. So Lindsay, can you tell us a little bit? Hey, tell us a little bit about who you are and what's your event?
All right, so my name is Lindsay, and the event that I am helping plan with the lovely Jackie Gully and Mary Artacho is the Boston Pots Walk and 5K. And it is actually our 7th walk. So super excited. First one back since all the COVID craziness. So we're really excited to get it going again.
Yeah, we are so excited about it too. So tell us a little bit more. Where is it? Who's going to be there? What do they need to do?
Okay. Yep. So the Boston Pots Walk is going to be October 1st to kick off Dysautonomia Awareness Month, which is so awesome. I can't wait. It's a Saturday. It's in Medford, Mass, and it's going to be along the Mystic River. And there's a 1 mile option, a 5K option. You can walk, you can run, you can wheel, you can take your stroller. It's really open to all abilities, which is amazing. And it really is more like a New England event. We have people coming, you know, not just from Massachusetts, but from all over the area. And people even flying in to support family members and friends. So yeah, it's really awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, I love that you bring up all the ways for people to get involved, because I think sometimes when we hear we're doing a 5K or a walk, our patient population kind of goes, oh no, like I can't do that. I can't physically walk. Why would you create an event that I can't participate in? But it's not about that. It's about bringing the community together. If you can participate, great. There's tons of people with dysautonomia who could do a 5K or walk it and can participate. And then there's some of us that wouldn't be able to, but we still want you to come hang out with us. I know when we get to Dysautonomia Dash, I'll talk a little bit more about that one since I've been there, but I know I've had a lot of fun hanging out at the finish line, and I scream people and say, oh, you're doing so great, and cheer them on at the end. So we would love for you to come out and participate that way too.
Right. Yeah. And that's the other thing, you know, you can come and you can just hang out. We're going to have a patient area under a couple tents that you can just come, you can interact with other people who go through similar things with POTS or dysautonomia. And it really is a great way to build a network and build community and have people surrounding you who understand and empathize with, you know, our day to day. Right. So,
yeah. And if you can't actually come out in person, this goes for all the events we're going to talk about tonight. There's always going to be a virtual way to participate, whether that's fundraising or helping get out the word on Facebook to other people, or just talking with other people in your group that are going. You can do it from your couch. You could get together with a small group of friends and do your own kind of virtual 5K in our honor if you can't come to the day of the event. We'd love to hear about what you're doing to celebrate Awareness Month in that way too.
Yes.
Great. All right, well, tell me what you're most excited about for the event.
Oh my gosh. Everything. I started getting involved with Dysautonomia International like a few years ago, maybe like 3-ish years ago, just by doing little things for Awareness Month, like getting local bridges lit up, turquoise, which is super cool. And then trying to reach out to media outlets. It didn't really work that well, but I tried anyway. So for me, this is just full circle, supporting an organization that has done so much for me and others. So I'm really just excited to be part of the planning process. But the thing that excites me the most is actually being able to meet everyone in person, you know, that's going to be there, people that I've spoken with on social media, but I haven't had the chance to meet yet. And just really getting to know people and coming together as a community finally. It's going to be insane. I tell Jackie all the time, I'm like, I can't wait to meet everyone. So yeah, that is really, really what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's probably going to be everybody's answer to what they're most excited about, because we've been so isolated for so long. I think we're all so ready to see each other again and to be together. And there's just a real fun energy that comes with these events. If you haven't ever been, there's just like a hum of energy that's going on the whole day that's really exciting to be a part of.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite team names that you've seen so far?
Ooh, I was looking at them with my husband the other night, and actually my favorite one so far is Dis Is How We Do It. With the DYS, like as Dis. I was like, that's so creative. And then we have the Dizzy Divas. That's Tacky, I believe is one of them. Salty Zebras, which is, you know, I just think the team names are hilarious. Mine is called Going the Distance. I thought that was kind of clever, but
I love it.
But yeah, we have some really creative names.
Yeah. Well, along with names for teams also comes prizes. So if you're like me and you're motivated by stuff, because I love, like, I don't know if you can see my water bottle back here. I love some Dysautonomia swag. Tell us a little bit about what you could win by participating in the event.
Yes. So I have it up here. We have race prizes. There will be medals awarded to first, second, and third place winners in the adult and 16 under categories. Also a prize for the best Make Noise for Turquoise Dysautonomia Awareness outfit. So wear all your turquoise if you can. I can't wait to see some of the outfits. It's going to be amazing. And then there are fundraising prizes, which are open to in-person and virtual participants. We have prizes for most funds raised by an individual, most funds raised by a team. And yes, I think that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And if you want to register, was there more you were going to say?
Nope. Nope. Go ahead.
If you want to register, you can go to potswalk.org/Boston, and you will be able to sign up for the event.
Yes, registration's still open. Yep, I just want to say registration is still open. So, you know, if you want to just create your own team, if you want to help fundraise, you know, if you want to join a team that's already existing, we encourage you to do so. You know, if you want to do it just virtually, that's amazing too. We would love to have you on our team, and we really hope you consider you know, supporting the Potswalk, the Boston Potswalk in any way, shape, or form.
Great. Thank you, Lindsay, so much for telling us about Boston Potswalk. And we'll be excited to see all of you out there and to see you virtually online. I can't wait to see more of your names that you come up with. They make me laugh every day too. All right. So our next event after the Boston Potswalk is the Detroit Potswalk. So we're going to kick it over to Leslie. Can you tell us a little bit about the Detroit Potswalk?
Yeah, so my name's Leslie. I'm super excited because this is the first one ever to be done in Michigan. So I'm really excited to be putting this on. I'm kind of piggybacking off of the amazing Boston Potswalk. So I'm super pumped about that because it's going to be the same weekend as theirs, but the next day. So ours is going to be October 2nd. This is going to be in kind of near downtown Rochester in Michigan. So it's north of Detroit. It's at the Rochester Park. It kind of goes around a river. It's really, really pretty. Part of the trail piggybacks off of that as well. So it's at 10 a.m. and I'm super pumped. I think it's going to be super exciting. I'm excited to have one be in Michigan because I've actually never gotten to do one before. So
yeah, we are super excited to have the first one in Michigan. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are watching this, I know some of you are going to say, I want to do a Potswalk in my city. We want to too. That sounds great. So the way to get that done, as our volunteers can tell you, it takes 6 months to plan all of this. So you can email events@dysautonomiainternational.org if you're interested in next year being one of the cities that might have a Potswalk and looking at expanding this event even more in the future. So we're doing the Potswalk in Detroit. Tell us a little bit more about, so your prizes are the same as the ones we've just gone over. So I'm not going to make you redo those.
Yeah,
do you have
Lindsay? She did all the work.
Tag team it.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite names that you've seen come across your screen for names? I
saw Salty Birds, which I thought was really funny. I saw another one that's like, I probably shouldn't say it over Facebook Live, but it's really funny. It's Sydney's Bad, and I'm just it right there. But I still think it's, you know, it's sassy, it's funny. We know what it's like to, you know, have pots, and you got to put a little bit of attitude and spunk in there with it. So I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Leslie, how did you get involved with volunteering for Dysautonomia International?
So I actually had gone to a conference, like it's been a long time, probably like 7 or 8 years ago. And then with another friend of mine, we kind of did our own little, like super small kind of POTS walk type thing. And it was more just with our family and our friends. But again, that was like years ago, way pre-COVID. And then I started seeing all these events popping up. And I moderate the Dysautonomia International Michigan Support Group page, which has been really amazing to watch that grow. And it's huge now. So I just have been seeing these events coming up, and I've always wanted to do something and get involved. And the research is amazing. And you know, as you know, it's tough. We gotta get information out there. So I just reached out and I was like, hey, this is something that's on my mind. And then this is kind of what it turned into. So if you don't think you can do it, because I'm doing it. So
that's perfect. And I'm glad that you brought up research. We recently had over $1 million in applications for research. So there's research that needs to be done. There are doctors that want to do it, and we want to fund it. And that's what the money from these events goes to. So the POTS walks both go to our POTS fund, and we'll talk a little bit more when we get to the other events about what those benefit. But we definitely want to make sure that we're funding the research, and this is a great, fun way to do that. Mm-hmm. Leslie, what are you most excited for?
I'm just super excited because it's the first one here. So I'm really excited to meet, it's kind of the same as what Lindsay said, but just to meet some of the faces and see people that I've talked to online and through the support group. I think that'll be fun, and just to bring kind of some of the community together. And I hope to kind of watch it grow in the next few years and turn into something like what the Boston Walk has been able to do and some of these other events from these other lovely ladies down here. I think it's just really cool, and I'm excited to meet everybody and just have the first one and just kick it off with a bang. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for me, I don't have any kids, and I feel like all of these events are sort of like our babies. And watching them grow up every year is like, oh, the babies keep growing. It's so fun to watch them continue to expand and to grow, and to watch people connect to them, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're interested in signing up for the Detroit Walk, again, potswalk.org/Detroit.
Yep. And like Lindsay said, our registration is still up too, so don't hesitate. You can get in there. You can still register. I think it'll be a blast. You can still fundraise anything, and also virtual as well, right? I have my best friend is in Philly and she can't come, and I have another friend in Florida, and they both did a virtual registration, and they're just going to kind of walk on their own and kind of still be a part of it. So I think that's awesome too.
Yeah. And if you want a POTS Walk t-shirt, you can register for the Detroit virtual option, and they will mail you a t-shirt too. So it's a great way to participate from home, especially if you're like me and love dysautonomia swag, like you said. All right. Well, thank you so much, Leslie. Our next event on the calendar after that is in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I'm going to send it over to the other Charlotte, the wonderful Charlotte team we are, to talk about that.
Indeed, we're like the force to be reckoned with, Charlotte.
Yeah, and we make it even more confusing that there's also a Charlotte in North Carolina City, just to make things complicated.
We like to keep people on their toes, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us a little bit more about the Dysautonomia Dash.
Yeah, so the Dash is coming back for the first year since COVID, like everyone else, see above. And we've been doing it since 2016, and it's grown. It's small but mighty, and we just enjoy getting everyone together. Yeah, there is a race or movement aspect to it, I think, rather than race. We do have it timed. It is a timed event. However, that's definitely never at the forefront of the event itself. It's normally about the community and people getting to network and just realize that they're not the only people in their situation in their area. So it's really nice to be able to help people make those connections and whatnot. So yeah, so we're doing it down at a park in Greensboro, Burmill Park. It's completely closed course, there's no roads. It's just, it's going to be mid-October. I'm trying to think. It was like I needed to look down at my notes to remember when it is. It's 15th of October, so it's mid-October. So the leaves probably won't have turned yet, but it will be, hopefully, touch wood, perfect weather for it. So it will be really nice to get out there and just get people back together again.
Perfect. And I think that Lindsay might have covered this when she talked about all of the prizes that you can get, because they are similar too for the Dysautonomia Dash. But Oh yeah, we did talk about, look, we said there was going to be a brain fog moment, and here it is. But I'm going to tell you again that, again, Make Noise for Turquoise is one of the prizes. So the more turquoise you come in, the more outlandish your outfit at all of these events, you could walk home with a prize just for being ridiculous the way we love it.
So question, Charlotte, I'm really interested to see what kind of game you're going to bring to that equation.
Oh,
if this is what you do for a Facebook Live, what do you do in person?
Oh, I might paint my whole body turquoise this year. I mean, let's keep everyone guessing, right?
Okay,
I will definitely have turquoise hair, and I'll just let you'll have to come in person if you want to find out the rest of what I'm going to look like that day. As Charlotte was mentioning, so I also live in North Carolina and have attended this event for many years. I've got my Dysautonomia Dash shirt on right now, and I'm so excited to see everybody again. I know it's your event, but I'm so excited to see everyone in person. It's been so long that it really will be nice to come out and be together.
It will be. You really do bring the energy, and it's not my fault, my top skill there. So I love having your personality and your bubbliness there as well. But it will be nice to have everyone together, and especially with so many people being diagnosed every day at the moment, especially with long COVID. I mean, for me, it's about doing the event, and yes, it's about raising money, but it's really touching when you're there. And like whenever 2019 was, 3 years ago, there was a parent that was just in tears with me because of the fact that her son had never seen anyone else that had POTS that could do stuff. Like, and they were like, he's able to see other people with the same condition. And yeah, there is, as with everything, there is the whole spectrum. So, some people are able to go ahead and run it. Some people may be able to walk it. Others just sit there and cheer and enjoy the community aspect. But knowing you're not by yourself, and knowing, giving patients the ability to realize that, oh, it's not just me. Because I remember way back when I got diagnosed, like, it's very isolating. And this is one of the biggest things I think all these events try to remove, is that feeling of isolation, despair, and all those really, great feelings that you can get when you're dealing with a chronic illness at the beginning. And so for me, I'm hoping that we'll really be able to get to some people that maybe haven't heard of us before.
Yeah. And I think at those events, you connect that day, but it lasts so much longer than that. There's people that I've met at the Dysautonomia Dash that I've kept up with for years and have been my friends when I have a rough time in my life that I can reach out to, that get it, instead of having to go to maybe your family or other people who don't understand it quite as much. So there's really a huge impact on connecting that day that can last beyond the event too.
Definitely. And there's something, once you've seen someone in person, that gives people the confidence to message. Like, maybe later on in the North Carolina Facebook group, people will either message or tag, and I'm like, I just remember your name from the event. Like, it's really cool that connection's been built, so they feel comfortable to ask others their opinion on something.
Yeah, definitely. And if you want to sign up to join us at the Dash, it's bit.ly/2022DysDash. And I'll put the links to all these also in the chat here so that you can click on them easier. You don't have to memorize them. Like we said, none of us are the experts in memorizing. We'll make it easy for you.
Exactly. Right. And Charlotte, we are excited this year. It's going to be a long sleeve tee this year, all the way to your wrists. So whereas we have been getting just the t-shirts, we're excited to do a long sleeve tee, again, also virtually, so we can mail that out. We've got a pretty late registration date for that. So keep those registrations in and grab a couple of people from your local support group and join one of the virtual events, we say.
Yeah. Perfect. Anything else you want to tell us about the Dysautonomia Dash?
I know, sorry, I just realized I cut you off. Apparently I forgot my manners today. I do apologize, Charlotte.
We know each other well enough. You can cut me off anytime. All right. Then rolling out at the end of our month is the Knox Rocks Pots event. So Shannon is here to tell us a little bit more about that.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Knox Rocks Pots is on October 23rd from 4 to 7. It'll be, we're in Knoxville, Tennessee, hence the Knox. It's in a town called Hardin Valley. Last year we had it at this awesome pizza place. I mean, it was like half inside and half outside, but it busted at the seams. So this year, we're not running, we're not exercising, we're hanging out at the Orange Hat Brewery with an awesome band, local band called Common Interest. They play the whole time that we're there. we have a huge raffle table. Last year we had 48 raffles. So anything from University of Tennessee wreaths to a pest control company donated a year of pest control, a car detailer, and then there's like Avon and Pampered Chef and like just any local businesses that want to donate. And then we do like this. I think last year we sold 1,500 raffle tickets in 2 hours. It was, damn, we couldn't get them out fast enough.
Yeah, it sounds like such an awesome event. And we on staff, we talk about the super moms that run it. You've got quite the team there that's really putting everything together.
It's funny. I met Kelly. So it's Kelly Sharp, Jennifer Little, and myself. We run it together. Kelly, I met, we all have children that have dysautonomia, plus, you know, all the health friends that dysautonomia brings along, the EDS and the Crohn's and everything else. So I'm walking through a parking lot and I walked past this girl and I was like, hey, does your shirt say POTS? And she's like, yeah. And we've been friends ever since. And that year we said, our family had done, when Cassie was diagnosed, a small one at like a paint and sip kind of thing. We raised like $1,000. And I told her, I said, they're not going to find a cure if we don't help fund a cure, and you have to give back to, you know, whatever. And so then Kelly and I got together and we did smaller ones for a couple years, t-shirts one year, a place like a restaurant that donated back one year. And then we said, all right, let's blow it out. And then we met Jen Little and Jennifer came on. And then between the three of us, we put together Knox Rocks Pots.
Awesome. And since it's at a brewery, can you clarify, is it a family friendly event still at the brewery?
The brewery is family friendly in general. They have a kids section. They'll have cornhole. We have a face painter coming this year. I know some of our prizes for the raffles are geared to kids, you know, different things and activities. But yeah, it's totally family friendly, family fun. It's also, there's no stairs. We try and find a place that is roll in, roll out. So anybody that has any mobility devices will have no problem getting in or out of the place. And there's outside seating and indoor seating. So it's a beautiful brewery. It's huge. And the brewery, Orange Hat Brewery, is donating. They have a beer for the whole month of October that they pick, and they're giving us $1 for every beer that's sold for the entire month.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
How cool are they? They are the coolest.
Yes. Thank you, Orange Hat.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Oh, actually, since you brought that up, perfect segue. We have some wonderful sponsors for all of these events. If you're interested in getting involved, you can reach out to me. My email address is cflorez, Florez, @dysautonomiainternational.org. And we can talk more about what your options are and the ways to get connected. We would love to have you as a sponsor for our event. We have so many wonderful sponsors this year. So thank you for everyone who's already signed up to sponsor the events.
Yeah, for our sponsors, we have 30 on our t-shirt and those are full, but we will have a massive banner that we get. Actually, Heart Graphics does it for us. They're awesome. They do it for us. And everybody's listed on that banner. So anybody, even if you've missed the t-shirt cutoff, because shirts are already out there. So these are the shirts from last year. You can see them.
Yeah.
And then this year they're black. So they will be available for sale at the event. And if you've pre-ordered, then you will get them on the pre-order.
Perfect. Gosh, it sounds like such a fun event. I wish I could be everywhere next month. But is there anything else you want to tell us about your event?
If anybody still wants to donate a raffle item, I mean, that was such a hit last year. We made so much off of that raffle table. So, and things that are cool and unique and like not geared to just like makeup or a sweater, you know, like things that guys would like, things that little kids would like. That would be awesome if anybody has anything. And we had people mail stuff to us last year from all over the country. My husband's English and his family sent stuff over. Like, it's just, it's really fun. And it's so fun calling out these numbers and seeing everybody get so excited.
Yeah, that's great. We have so many awesome events going on next month. We really hope you can come out and join us. We would love to see you. If you do attend one of these events in person, make sure you come up and introduce yourself to the person organizing it. We want to meet you face to face. We definitely want to make those connections. Other ways that you can get involved next month is we have our 31 Days of Awareness social media campaign. So every day there's kind of a challenge for you to post about on Facebook or any social media. And then you can do a lighting request if you want to request for something in your city to be lit up turquoise for the night. You could try to get a proclamation from your city proclaiming that this is Dysautonomia Awareness Month, or you can do that from your state as well. You can do a billboard request where the electronic billboards will put up kind of an ad about Dysautonomia International to educate people. You could also reach out to media and try to get an interview set up to talk more about how dysautonomia has affected your life or your family's life. And if you're in the city with one of our events, we'd love to talk more about that event with them too. And last but not least, you can do a Facebook fundraiser too. So there are a lot of ways to get involved. We would love to have you join us at the events. And with that, we'll see you next. Oh, I didn't tell you the link to sign up for Knox Rocks Pots. Sorry, it is bit.ly/2022 Knox Rocks Pots. And so
Charlotte, before we go too, I just wanted to put it out there that for the Boston Pots Walk, we are still looking for volunteers. So if you're looking for ways to get involved, we would love to have you on to help out. There's plenty of things to do for all abilities. So, if you're interested in giving back or helping out, just get in contact with me and I can tell you more about it.
Yeah, and I'm going to just go ahead and speak for everyone else too and say we all want volunteers. So if you have anybody, if you want to volunteer, if you have family members that want to volunteer, we would love to have you at our event, and we will definitely put you to work and get you connected with us. Again, you can reach out to me or you can comment on this video, and we'll get you connected with the right people to volunteer. All right, well, with that, the only thing I have left to say is thank you to all of our amazing volunteers who put on these events. We couldn't do them without you. And thank you to all of our members that come out and participate, and our family members and friends who are supporting us. You guys really are making a huge difference in the life of patients with dysautonomia, and can't thank you enough. All right, we'll see you next month.
Bye-bye.
Hey, everybody.